watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on. News 25 is brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law, voted Best of Las Vegas. Give them a call, 702-727-9900. News 25 is also brought to you by Desert View Hospital. You can count on us.
Thank you for joining us here on News 25 and Ace Country Radio. I'm David Preston.
And I'm Roy Rossell on this Friday, September 1st. Already.
I can't believe it.
Neither can I.
A local man is arrested for several charges following reckless driving and substance misuse. Rory Rossell has this story.
Earlier this week, Nevada Highway Patrol arrested a man by the name of Andrew Connor after he was driving recklessly at a high rate of speed. Officers observed a silver SUV driving at speeds over 100 miles per hour in a 70 miles per hour zone. Police were able to briefly record his speed at 114 miles per hour. After activating emergency lights and sirens, officers attempted to conduct a traffic stop. In an attempt to get away, Connor overtook the shoulder of the highway, almost causing several head-on collisions. Moments after, officers notified over the radio that his vehicle was passing by Highway 160 and Dandelion. Connor, according to the declaration, crashed into another vehicle and was allegedly fleeing the scene. Ultimately, Connor was arrested and booked into the Nye County Detention Center. During an interview, Connor had a blank stare, dilated pupils, and was allegedly sweating profusely. Connor told medical staff that he had consumed several narcotics, ranging from pills, cocaine, fentanyl, and heroin. He was transported to Desert View Hospital, and once he was cleared, he was transported back to the detention center after being physically removed from the patrol vehicle. Connor is facing charges of failure to stop at an accident with the attended vehicle, DUI above the legal limit, reckless driving, passing on 2 lanes, aggravated driving, resisting a public officer, and 1 count of being under the influence of a controlled substance.
Well, scattered thunderstorms left some Las Vegas neighborhoods flooded this morning.
Regional scattered thunderstorms are moving through the region, bringing heavy rain and strong winds with them. As of Friday morning, 0.64 inches of rain have been reported in the Sunrise Manor neighborhood of the East Valley. There's been 0.16 inches to 0.47 inches in the Southwest Valley and 0.8 inches and 0.16 inches in Henderson. Wind gusts have also reached more than 50 miles per hour in some neighborhoods. The Nevada Department of Transportation has reminded people that when driving in the rain, give yourself extra time, reduce speed, and increase following distance. Do not attempt to drive through a flooded area. The FAA says stormy weather could cause delays at Harry Reid International Airport in Las Vegas as well.
Death Valley National Park officials are reporting that the damage from Hurricane Hilary will cost at least $6 million to fix. Mikey Ruhan has the details.
After record-breaking rain brought enough flooding and extensive damage to close down Death Valley National Park late last month, it's not clear when visitors will be allowed to return, park officials said on Thursday, as crews work to repair washed-out roads from the August 20th rainfall, which dumped about a year's worth of rain, 2.2 inches, on the national park in a single day. California State Route 190, the main artery through Death Valley, has too many sections of damage to count, said a spokesperson with the state's Department of Transportation. The total cost to fix that road, as well as State Route 136, which meets up with State Route 190 west of the national park, will be at least $6 million. About 600 miles of the park's total 1,400 miles of paved and unpaved back roads were still being checked for damage. All of the park's paved and unpaved roads are closed. All entry and exit points are shut, as are all campgrounds. National Park Service staff so they were still assessing the damage on Thursday and that there was no timeline for when the national park might reopen.
Labor Day is just around the corner, and Nevada officials are urging Lake Mead visitors to stay safe during their visit.
As everybody knows, Labor Day is this weekend, and park officials continue to urge safety while visiting Lake Mead. There has been 23 fatalities so far this year. The National Park Service says visitors should continue to drink lots of water and avoid strenuous activity and prolonged exposure in the sun. People are also urged to boat and drive safely, with the Park Service citing recent incidents Anyone on the water should also be wearing a life jacket, and officials say not to use pool toys. One person died last week after jumping into the water while not wearing a life jacket, according to Park Services.
News 25 caught up with a local businesswoman who has started a free Fred auction on eBay, auctioning off a Fred painting. Fred is among a group of wild horses that were rounded up by BLM and moved to Ridgecrest.
If you live in Pahrump, you know the situation with wild horses. And you know what happened with these beautiful creatures. And when I personally found out this information, I took it very personal. And I kept thinking, what can I do? What can I do as a part of this community? Because community is made by each of us. We're like these little drops in the ocean. So what can I do? So I kept this idea in my head, and working in a store, Death Valley Marketplace, that we do sell locally made art. And one of the artists, Sandy Gilbert, she paints donkeys and horses. So I called her one day and I said, Sandy, can you paint me Fred? She's like, yeah, send me his pictures. So I sent her pictures, and I thought, wow, what if this painting we don't put in a store, but instead we sell it in an auction? And the money that we raise from this action would go towards the program that I think is beautiful for wild horses that were part of this community for centuries, and us at the same time for our local residents and visitors to create a safe place for them. So there's a group of people, I believe there's 3 women behind it, and they are planning to build a sanctuary right here in Pahrump and bring our wild horses back. So of course, we're talking about financial help, that they're trying to raise money, and that's why I had the idea, what if we start selling our paintings? We're starting with first one. So it'll be our trial, we'll see how it goes, and it will be strictly on eBay. You will receive link where you can go strictly on eBay, or just put a free Fred. You'll see the auction. You can see how auction is doing, and then all the money will go straight to this program, and we'll see what we can do. The name of organizations is Friends of Wild, and you can find them if you're on Facebook. You could just find Friends of Wild Horses and Burros. And they do have GoFundMe page where you can just donate, $5, $10. Again, I believe as a community, we're a big ocean, and we're just little drops. So if each one can put a little drop into this program, we can create something beautiful, something new that doesn't exist in Pahrump. As I'm aware, the horses and burros will be soon put it for donation. That means anyone can adopt them from all over U.S. So we try to keep them together. We try to bring them back home to Pahrump. And adoption, I believe, is $120 per animal. So we need to raise those funds to help the group bring them, and of course fencing and sheds for them and shades. That will all needed support too from the community.
News 25 will be back after this commercial break.
You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on.
Welcome back. Well, Sphere Entertainment has now announced that new artist Refric Anadol will begin a residency at the entertainment venue.
Sphere Entertainment announced that Refric Anadol will begin a 4-month residency of sorts at the new entertainment venue. Anadol will use the exosphere as an immersive canvas for an experience called Machine Hallucinations Sphere. The experience features an AI data sculpture that creates abstract imagery of space and nature featuring vivid shapes and colors, all made with vast amounts of data. And it all said in a news release, it's so exciting to be given such an architectural and engineering marvel as a canvas. This opportunity aligns perfectly with our studio's long-term mission of embedding media arts into architecture to create living architectural pieces that are in constant interaction with our environments. The exosphere is covered with nearly 580,000 square feet of fully programmable LED paneling, according to Sphere Entertainment.
The problem of why homeless people won't seek help without their pets now has a solution in Las Vegas. We see the heartbreak of street people and their pets. But now there is a home for homeless people and their pets. The Courtyard Homeless Resource Center offers pet kennels at the Courtyard. Food, litter, fresh water, bedding, and toys are provided. It is a place where homeless can bring their pets and seek help for themselves to get back on their feet. Nancy Byrne of KCLV-TV reports.
This is Allie checking on her two dogs, Misfit and Ruckus. And while these kennels are not her dream place to keep them,
I want to share a bed with them again.
It's a much better alternative to where she had them before, out on the streets.
With me and my boyfriend, the two dogs, in a two-seater Chevy Colorado, it was stressful, it was hectic, it was uncomfortable, it was a lot of things, really.
Allie found herself homeless following the death of her grandmother and the need to short sale their house they were living in while she took care of her. The truck seemed the best she could do, until she learned that the Courtyard Homeless Resource Center had built this new pet kennel. It is the reason she decided to check in.
I'm very thankful for this place. And anyone who's homeless should see it as this isn't somewhere to get comfortable. This is somewhere to use as a stepping stone.
Maurice Cloutier here at the city's Courtyard says people like Allie are very common on our streets. They refuse to leave their pets behind or turn them into shelters, so they end up never getting the help they need to get back on their feet.
But for, again, the kennels, all of the people who have pets and who are utilizing the kennels, they would not be here. That means they would be on the street. They really wouldn't be getting attached to any services because, again, there aren't many agencies that will assist folks and accommodate their pets as well. And so simply by virtue of having the kennel, we're able to help folks with pets navigate their homelessness circumstances.
And that is exactly what Allie is doing. On the day we met her, she was following up on two very appealing job leads, thanks to the Courtyard. Cloutier says this low-barrier homeless resource center offers a multitude of services and resources, but they can only be beneficial to those who are willing to check in.
It's a resource center, so it's a place for folks to come and get attached to services that will help them navigate the barriers that contributed to their homelessness and allow them to move forward in some semblance of self-sufficiency.
The kennel opens the door to a whole new segment of the homeless population that otherwise would have stayed away. There are 35 kennels. The Courtyard provides food, kitty litter, fresh water, bedding, and toys. There are giant breezers to keep the area cooler in the summer, and even a dog run with artificial turf.
We do require that the pet owners walk their pets, clean the cages, make sure that the pets are fed, watered, all those things. Our operations team will come in and clean kennels when people shift out of the Courtyard and move on, just so that it's clean for the next person to come in.
If they see that you're not taking care of your animal, they do tell you right off the top, we will call animal control. And that's understandable because they're not here to be your animal's babysitter.
To Allie, the rules are easy to follow. She loves her dogs, and if not for this new kennel area, she would still be on the streets and most likely not on the road to a job and a better life, because she, like so many, simply aren't willing to go anywhere without their devoted pets.
I love my babies. Everyone told me get rid of my dogs. Everyone told me get rid of my dog. I can't do that. I just can't.
Well, here's Mikey with your look at sports.
Time now for your News 25 look at sports. The Davis Stanley Cup Tour continued. Paul Cotter took it home to his family. Nick Hague took it to his family and his grandma. And there he is in a pool. on a float. Las Vegas Aviators took care of business last night, beating the Salt Lake Bees 8-7. Rematch tonight at 7:05. Las Vegas Aces are back to their winning ways, victorious over the Washington Mystics. 84-75, they welcome the Seattle Storm tomorrow night. And after the game, the 2023 Battle of the Badges. Las Vegas police officers versus firefighters. Las Vegas Raiders football season kicks off Sunday, September 10th in Denver against the Broncos. And Pahrump Valley varsity football play Del Sol Academy in Vegas tonight for their Friday Night Lights. And that's your look at sports on News 25.
We will be back on the other side of this break with more of Mikey talking about Classic Country Breakfast this weekend.
You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on. News 25 is brought to you by Mountain West Lawyer, Injury Attorneys, 727-9500.
And welcome back. Here's Mikey to tell us what's cooking this Sunday morning on Classic Country Breakfast.
Howdy. Here's what's cooking this week on Classic Country Breakfast. Born on August 29th, songwriter Don Schlitz, he wrote The Gambler. We'll celebrate him. We'll celebrate the Queen of Country Music, Kitty Wells, born on August 30th, and the Queen of Country Pop, Shania Twain, born on August 28th. In the Not an Oldie But a Goodie segment, the Sentimental Family Band calls the show. And the legend Pat Boone calls the show. He talks about his stepfather, country music pioneer Red Foley. He talks about his new album, Country Jubilee, that dropped September 8th. And how he got the nickname Blue Moon Boone.
Whenever there was any need for somebody to sing, even at a party, I would sing Blue Moon. I didn't need any music. Blue Moon, you saw me standing alone, without a dream in my heart, without a love of my own. Blue and the girls Moon liked it, and the guys, they didn't mind it, so they began to call me Blue Moon Boone.
Don't forget to check out ClassicCountryBreakfast.com and tune in Sunday morning at 8 on Ace Country Radio.
News 25 WeatherCam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
Well, it looks like thunderstorms are heading our way. John tells us what to expect this Labor Day weekend coming up next.
News 25 weather is brought to you by Dairy Council of Nevada. Undeniably delicious, undeniably dairy. Enjoy what's real.
Hi, good evening, Nevada. It's John Kohler from the KPVM Channel 25 Weather Studios, all up and down this beautiful Ace Country Radio Network and worldwide on the local BTV app, the app that just wants you to be happy. Get it today. 76 degrees up there in Fernley. Fallon felt it at 81. Very nice. Carson City hit 74 and said, that's enough. Cool Spot Award winner. Congratulations. Tonopah hit 78. 80 out there in beautiful Beatty and Goldfield. Oh, I'm sorry. Goldfield, you got 80. Beatty feeling Grady at 80. 92 in Amargosa is the hot spot, and a little tepid for a hot spot, but I guess it is sneaking up on fall now, isn't it? Las Vegas, great at 82, except for the wind advisory. It's affecting you. Amargosa, Death Valley at 106 degrees. Can you imagine with 50-mile-per-hour winds? Oh, forget about it. But here in the paradise of Pahrump, let's take a look at our current temperature. 84 degrees, that's where we're sitting. 87 just a little bit earlier. Seems downright reasonable, except for the thunderstorms and the winds going up to 50 miles per hour. That wind advisory continues until 9 o'clock. It'll be tapering off this evening. Sun rose this morning at 6:15. Setting this evening, look for nighttime to arrive on time at 7:11. Low tonight of 70 degrees. Lots of wind kind of as it tapers away, averaging 50 miles per hour. Humidity at 64%. Yeah, we got some more tomorrow. We got more. Look at this. Lots more. Saturday, Sunday, rain, winds tapering off. That's the good part. Come Labor Day, Monday, Beautiful day for a picnic, beautiful day for a parade. Sunshine, and that continues for the next 5 days. Winds under 10 miles per hour, temperatures increasing incrementally about 10 degrees over the span of the week, and we finish up getting ready for next weekend at 96 degrees. That seems pretty good. Stuff to look forward to. Get an umbrella. What can I tell you? All right. Have a wonderful Labor Day weekend. Back to the desk. Here's Rory and David.
Thank you, John. Well, that wraps up this edition of News 25. I'm David Preston.
And I'm Roy Rossell. News 25 will see you next Tuesday after Labor Day.
Have a safe and long, pleasant weekend.
We will see you then. Have a great night.
Good night.